So Doctor Who reaches Disney Plus top 10, right? I don't think so. I think this is the famous gaslighting. I don't think this is happening in the United States. According to Disney Plus, Doctor Who is sitting in the 8th place overall, with 7th place within the TV shows category in the US, around 60 other countries also reportedly in their top 10. A big win for the show internationally, and it would be if that were true. They are lying out their asses, I believe, ladies and gentlemen. I think they are lying out their asses. Let's look over here. I can't see the comments, but examining the replies, I gather Doctor Who's chart position on Disney Plus had a quick check on the latest information provided. Yeah, this is what it normally looks like. Doctor Who made the top 10 the first day, and we didn't see it again, right? It never came back up again. Right, it vanished. Right, it vanished from. So I think they're just blatantly lying. Right, I think they're just blatantly lying. Let's have a look at the replies. Yeah, I can see who posted it as well. Oh, one second, I just got a thing saying can't be monetized. What was? It's oh, fine, that's another one. It's what was this? What videos YouTube channel they can't monetize? Live at 7. The shooty shit show continues. Okay. Wonder what when that was. Anyway, but they don't stream these things. They cancel them after season 2. It's extremely likely they'll cancel it, and BBC are left looking for a new home. They'll find one. Don't worry. I think they will. Look, I think if it's managed well, Doctor Who is a good property. It just hasn't been managed well, and they don't know how to manage. Here's the thing. Same thing with Star Trek. They don't know how to manage it well. Right. Bottom line, they have no clue what they're doing. Well, worst case, Disney ditch it, and BBC have to work something else. You can say, in my opinion, it's baffling that Disney agreed to the deal at all, given they don't get classic series. I mean, like the Disney, it's not they don't get the classics. They didn't put the rollout together. Like the Hooniverse thing on iPlayer is a good idea. It's the way it should be, right? Although I don't like the execution of it. But yeah, no, having an entire hub. Right, I think Apple Plus should buy CBS, should buy Paramount, just so they could do that with Star Trek. Right, it would really boost their streaming service. Yeah, and the whole Disney's rollout has been having it roll out at midnight on iPlayer, so it can go out at 7 p.m. or New York time. That's just so stupid. Should be 2 p.m. Saturday, New York time, 7 p.m. On BBC. Right, that's when it should be rolled out. Worst case, so Disney ditch it. I mean, but yeah, this is just such incredible gaslighting, right? It's like they're just lying, right? There's no evidence. I haven't found no metric that supports this whatsoever. They're just lying, right? It's not like they're literally just lying. So they get no classics, don't even get unleashed. Well, it's a bit of a mercy, I think. No UK streaming rights. This partnership was always one-sided, and again, Disney is being run by morons, obviously, right? Yet the lack of anything before 2023 is just bizarre, and to me, their refusal to license stream Doctor Who Unleashed when it was, and also TARDIS Tale. I mean, it's just dumb, right? It's dumb what they're doing. The refusal to license stream Unleashed is when I was certain Disney is not invested beyond these 2 seasons. I don't think they are, right? They aren't even trying other than marketing requirements at this point. Marketing requirements. That's it's like they had all the train covered with Doctor Who stuff in America. Didn't do much for it, did it? Right? I mean, it's not doing very well, and I love the way they keep telling. No, 4 million is awesome. Oh, in today's TV, today's TV doesn't get high ratings because, generally speaking, it's shit. Right? It's absolute shit. Let's have a look at the ratings and get the numbers. Hang on. This is. Oh, fine. This is man. Back in the good old days with Jodie, like with Flux, they were doing so much better. Let me get the figures. Raise accumulator. was that? No worries. There we go. 4.01. I forgot it was that low. 3.91. It was only 3.91 because of Euro. Like the viewership tripled, I think, in the last 5 minutes. Right? It's like. Was it? Yeah. The lack of anything about 23 is bizarre. No, they have no idea what they're doing. Like they have no idea what they're doing with Star Wars. Like they have no idea what they're doing with Marvel. Right? And to me, the refusal to license of Doctor Who. We just read that. You could definitely be right. Well, whatever happens, it seems like Russell David has an uphill battle trying to get the public to care about Doctor Who. Well, his uphill battle was, what was his uphill battle? Trying to get people to care about Doctor Who when you make it like weird gay Doctor Who, right? Yeah. This doesn't like make people think of Tom Baker, does it? No. Oh yeah, I'm such a sexy fuck. Look at me. Oh yeah, I'm a little fuck bunny shooty. Yo, yeah, really. Yeah, and then we saw you open your mouth and we're like deeply unimpressed, right? But you know what? Let me play that clip again. Where is this? From Boom, right? Because I just think his performance is so crushingly weak, right? So it's bizarre how weak it is, right? It really is bizarre over. How am I saying? Boom. Yeah, okay, that's it. And this whole thing is just bizarre.
I need to counterbalance. I need to increase the weight on the mind at the exact moment I decrease it.
Yeah, you just sound too nasal, right? He does. He just sounds way too nasal. And this is when he's not crying all the bloody time.
Tell me if there's a gap in the light. It's not gone off yet. So I think there's a gap. Hoping for quite a big one.
Yeah, okay, so... sorry, he's just been badly cast, right? That's just the reality. Where we are. You could definitely be right. Whatever happens, they're going to be. Fingers crossed we get something that grabs people's soup. No, I don't think so. Unless you want to go to Dr. Alex. That's way better. So he goes, I'm not anti-woke. I am, but I hope he backs off a bit. I feel bad saying that, but I think he's hurting the series in the US. Is a very conservative place overall. Most people aren't into you preaching that your children have dicks, right? So at this point, when Percy Jackson was airing, it was never on the top 10 of Disney Plus. This is very concerning for a series that it isn't even halfway through. So they're talking about how that it's in the top 10, right? And you can see clearly it's not, right? It's clearly not in the top 10 overall. They're just lying, right? They are literally just lying. Okay then. So he says, "You sound like Magnus Grill shouting the Sigma experiments. I'll come back. The Sigma experiments were a success. The Sigma experiments were a success." To start with, it's not in the top 10 for either UK or US. For the second, he's right when it's a new show being beaten by repeats. That isn't good. It's also Doctor Who. Well, everything is being beaten by repeats. Also, Doctor Who is not unknown to the general audiences. It was hugely popular in the 80s and 2010s. Its brand recognition, while not the biggest, is still a leg up. Anyway, these are the figures, right? Reality, right? Reality meeting a fantasy. So something comes back and says, as Ash points out, they're not in they didn't have the UK figures. So he says, go and find another one to care about if you can't be positive. Was it the UK don't have Doctor Who? Why are you trying to kill the show? I would like to see this version of the show die, right? Like I would be happy to see the Jodie Whittaker version die. Yes, I am genuinely happy to see the Jodie Whittaker version die, and I'll be happy to see this, which is kind of, you can roll them together, right? The shit era from 2017. Shit era became the queer era. The queer era. Well, John Arch was right. I'm not trying to do anything to the show. Russell Davies is. He and his clique, who have run the franchise since the 90s, won't step aside and let fresh blood come in and rip the absolute arse out of it to the point where it doesn't even remotely resemble Doctor Who anymore. I tend to agree, right? and it's failing badly. I meanwhile am not a brand worshipper. I will call out things when it's a flop, and it is a flop, right? It is a flop. So lots of copium going on there. It's fallen off a map. It's fallen off the cliff already, right? It's a real disaster, right? It's a real genuine disaster. I don't think it could be going any worse. I mean, it could always be going worse, but like again, this cinema thing starting at midnight. I mean, God, how stupid are they, right? Let me go 1 second. Prince Doctor Who. There you go. Ratings. Spooky 73 yards. No, they don't have the was it? Oh yeah, I know where I'll find it. 1 second. Go to over here. We'll go click this off. BBC. Doctor Who, not BBC, not BBV. There you go. Preview not really interesting. I mean, maybe we'll watch that preview. I don't know. So yeah, watching in cinemas, right? The Legend of Ruby Sunday. It's really airing at 11 o'clock. It's such a bad idea, isn't it? Right? It's such a. I guess on paper everyone went, yeah, that sounds great. That sounds absolutely fantastic. Fans will be able to pre-book tickets from 9 a.m. on May 23rd. Okay. What? Watching cinemas? It looks like you're in television places. Okay, I just want to see the times you had it. That's all. No, let's go. Can I change this? We'll do London. London. Does that help? London, England. Okay. Yeah. It's starting at 11 o'clock. I don't want to be out at 11 fucking o'clock. You out your mind? Oh, they're getting it at 10:45. That's the one to go for. Man, it was in 3D as well. No, IMAX in 3D. Listen, I'm sure this seemed like a good idea at the time, right? It's not. Right, it's not. Why? Because nobody really gives a shit about this era. Nobody gives a shit about this season. And we have to do the preview. I just realized it's Saturday night. It's going to be on. Okay, I got to do the preview then. So let's have a look. Where is it? 73 yards. Where is it? Doink. So broadcast midnight on iPad. Fuck off. Written by Ross Lee Davis. Bad idea. Directed by Dylan Holmes Williams. In a nutshell. In a wet Wells coast, the Doctor and Ruby awakened the power of an ancient landscape. That smell, that green, that coastline. Ruby! The rocks and the water, it never ends. The war between the land and the sea. I've been to Wales twice. I went to see Shigo and Cardiff and then went to Mumbles when I was 16 because of a boy. I think I broke his heart. Well, that's understandable, darling. But there you go. Fine, let's power through this. Is it Ben Cook as well? Probably. It's no small thing at the grand age of 60 and a half for Doctor Who still to be breaking new ground. Well, certainly it's breaking new ground in ratings, going the lowest it's ever been. But believe us when we say that 73 Yards is quite unlike anything story you've ever seen before. Well, I hope it's very unlike the first 3 episodes that we saw because they were shit, right? They were really achingly shit. Oh, there you go. It's a very different episode, agrees Ross Lee Davis. Well, I'm glad he agrees. It's a kind of, it has its own rules. And it was designed to be hard to describe. It doesn't sound very good to me. Push that a go, though. Russell reckons Welsh folk horror is as good a description as any. Isn't that what that Torchwood episode, Countryside, was? Right? Which wasn't very good. Firstly, I always believe in coming home to Wales. The showrunner explains, when Doctor Who came back in 2005, the third thing TARDIS did was go back to Cardiff with Charles Dickens. The third? Oh, yeah, did the end of the world in the second episode. With Charles Dickens, I sit writing in my Cardiff Bay flat, and I look out the window and I see the water tower in Roldol Place. With the torch underneath it, I really believe in not only making the show in Wales, but bringing it back to Wales. and with a new Doctor and a new platform on Disney Plus. We're in the top 10, but we're in the top 10. We're not there, but we're going to say we're in the top 10. As well as iPlayer, blah, 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 blah. From there, I wanted to step into Welsh folk horror. Yeah, and that's the thing that everybody wants to get into. Oh, shooty, what are you wearing, darling? From there, I wanted to step into Welsh folk horror with nod towards Alan Garner-like stories and the ancient power of the hills. Those hills. When I was at school, I was brought up on things like Mabin Ogwyn, which are Welsh folk tales, stories of how giants once walked the land, the kind of writing that goes all the way back to Jez Butterworth's 2009 play Jerusalem. Okay, that belief in something in the earth, gods and monsters and powerful sea and the land and the cliffs of some earthly elements. Okay, so it sounds like it's the Doctor Who versus the Green from Swamp Thing. Right, that's if they haven't updated that lore for a number of years. So that's the strange lore of folk horror strangers. Judy can't pull that off, right? It's unashamedly gothic joy of stepping into a strange pub in the middle of the wind and rain, and all the locals turning around and stare at you. And this time it's a Welsh pub with the really terrific Welsh cast, including Sian Phillips, which is amazing. I don't know who Sian Phillips is. Writing the episode, Russell had folk singer Sam Lee's 2009 the Fade and Time playing on heavy rotation. It's a wonderful record, a little bit scary, a little bit sinister. He says, "Oh, listen, maybe it'll be it." There's a slight Wicker Man feel to it. I mean, look, the premise sounds actually quite good, right? I don't know. I'm always disappointed, aren't I? Story and its placing in the season also allows Russell to deliver one of Doctor Who's trademark tonal gear shifts. You're always looking for variety. He says, "Yeah, we're always looking for variety." The opening two episodes are wildly mad and hugely knockabout. They were crap, mate. Yeah, they were expensive crap that the world would have been better had you not made them. So Stephen's boom then grinds it right down to the Doctor, and that's where it failed, focusing on him. And this one has a nice balance to Doom, where there's a lot of focus on Ruby reaction to life with the Doctor. So it's look, if it's a Ruby Millie Gibson episode, it stands a chance of being good, right? Again, he's not awful. He's not as awful as Jodie, but he's not good, right? It's not good at all. The tone of this one is another thing that's hard to describe. Boom is a very dramatic and serious and enormous fun. As a result, this is more unnerving and disquieting. There are fewer jokes, thank God, and none of them are funny. Your jokes, mate. Even though I think some bits are absolutely hilarious. Oh, good for you. Like other episodes, 73 Yards is a story that leans into the gayness. The idea of magic, there being magic in the universe, or something like magic anyway. We've seen a lot of gods appear. We've got Toymaker, Jinx Monsoon's Maestro, and there's more on the way. I know, it's boring, Russell. This is a slight sidestep, though. It's a slightly more mysterious. Is it magic? Is it not? What powers are at play here? It's more subtle. It's more rooted in the land, and in our own fears, and in mortality. Okay, well, you should be worried about the mortality of Doctor Who, darling. It's not doing good. It's uncertain ground where you're on shifting sands with it. He admits returning to the theme of the episode's deliberately opaque nature, and then you give that to young director Dylan Holmes Williams, who was so excited by this. He's a proper filmmaker. It's like watching a short film, a 45-minute movie. I love what he's done with it. I mean, I just look. Do you think it's going to be as good as The Demons? I don't think so, right? I don't think so. Beautiful, haunting, and strange and sad, while also laced with Russell's trademark wit and humanity. 73 Yards is proof that in the right hands, Doctor Who never runs out of places. Are you proving it by saying it's in the wrong hands and places to go? right? Paul Kirkley, I think, is writing this. I love pushing the show into new territories. Again, generally speaking, I agree with you, but the new territory that I don't like is normalizing adult kink sexuality to children. That's one I'm not into, right? Equally, I then love there being an alien invasion of robots. This year, we got a big old-fashioned season finale coming up. I can't tell you how magnificent it is. Well, you do keep telling us it, mate. Maybe just let us decipher ourselves. So it's both. It's pushing in a new direction and keeping it mildly traditional as well. It's look, if it's good, I'll come out and say it's good. Saturday night, I will come out and say it's good. It's a nice balance. We have to have those. This season's nearly over. We kind of blinked and it started, and now it's over. Right? We got 4 more weeks ago. We've had 1, 2, 3. Yeah, episodes 1, 2, and 3. We've got 4, 5. So yeah, we've got 4 more weeks, and thank God. Right? I'm glad they didn't drop them all on one night. That would have been a pain in the ass to review. But thank God it's over soon, right? Because I don't like it. Where we go. So you really don't get plate spinners on television anymore, do you? Spinning plates on poles, it's a mad thing to do. Okay. Yeah, but who needs plates when you got Russell T. Davies spinning and thrilling yarns? Well, not on this show. About gods and monsters with some ancient power in the Welsh hills. Come with us then on a journey to a boundary between the land and the sea, the liminal space, neither here nor there, where rules are suspended. I mean, again, I don't want to take a shit on it without knowing anything about it, right? But I forgot they got all this bullshit going on in it. Politics. I forgot about that. And you notice they don't mention any of that, right? It looks like it's going to be crap, mate. It looks like it's going to be crap. I don't know. One lives in hope. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.